Well, good morning and welcome to Move Early, Move Often. It is Twisted Tuesday. I am Blake Martin, and my co-host, as always, in the very heart of Toronto, is Thomas Karakolis, keeping it real. This morning, so a lot of times on Twisted Tuesday, we're focused on mobility, and a forgotten aspect of mobility is there's typically in your body there's pairs of muscles, one muscle that moves in one direction, muscle that moves in the opposite direction. And with respect to mobility, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll stretch the muscle that is tight. But what's really often very important is actually strengthening the muscle that is the antagonist to that, the one that is on the opposite side. So if you have really tight muscles here, often you have very weak muscles in the middle of your back. And so I'm going to take a little bit of time today. We're going to do a bit of a shoulder girdle warm up. We're going to get some movement going on there. And then we're going to do three specific exercises. And I'm going to do the exercises with you. I won't preview them like I sometimes do. And I'll describe them as I'm doing them. And you can do them with me. I'll show you once, and then we'll do the exercises together. So let's just get this party started. We're going to start with some. I'm going to stand up. You can kneel if you want, but I just need a little room to swing my arms around. So we're going to start with gentle shoulder girdle rotations. Now, when you rotate your shoulder girdle, really do it gently first. You don't need to kind of go crazy. So we're kind of shrugging up near our shoulders, bringing our shoulder blades back and down, and then across the bottom and around in a circle. We'll do the same thing in the opposite direction. Watch what happens to your spine when you do this. Is your head all over the place? My chin tends to protrude forward, but it also tends to protrude forward when I'm sitting at my desk. And so this is a constant effort that I'm working against. Right? All the way forward, rounding, really hard, and all the way back, opening, really open. All the way up, really up, good shrug, and all the way down, pressing down away from your ears so that your knuckle dragging, your fingers should be just kind of barely off the floor. Well, it depends. Depends on your actual arms. And let's make gentle shoulder circles. We're going slowly, and we're going near the edge of our range. So you may feel in some places like it's a little bit stuck. So just kind of go slowly past those areas. You can even go past them, and let's go in the opposite direction. Again, slowly. This is not fast. Let's go all the way up. We're abducting our arms as high as we can, trying to keep our shoulder girdles down. And then we're going to adduct our arms. Let's bring them in front. They'll only go so far. You'll have tissues that get in the way. And let's do the same thing behind. All right. All the way up in front. And you may get stuck and then have to go a little bit wider. Continue around. And then all the way the other way. And here we go. All right. Okay, just loosen up a little bit. Loosen up, shake it. There you go, shake it. All right. The three exercises that we will do. Okay, the first one is the imaginary rubber band exercise. And this is pretty simple. What we're doing is we're working on the muscles that counteract our shoulders coming together here. Okay, so we're strengthening the muscles between the two shoulder blades, the rhomboids and the middle trapezius. So we're going to, with your elbows placed against your ribs, and you can actually, if you want, you can, here I've got a hat here. You can't have my hat, but you can hold a hat or a tea towel or a glove or something under your arm, under your elbow, to ensure that your elbows are really close together. Palms are facing one another. And what we're going to do is we're going to open our hands at 90 degrees, keeping our elbows as close together as possible. Your elbows are against your ribs, and don't protrude your head. And I'm trying to get my arms as far to the side as possible, and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So if you have a TheraBand, those are those therapeutic bands, you can use those. But you can just use the actual natural constriction and restriction of your muscles to do this as well. Palms facing one another, elbows in, and open. 2, 3, 4. Don't protrude your chin. 5, 6, 7. As wide as you can. 8, 9, 10. All right. So again, we're strengthening those muscles behind. We're just taking a little rest. We're going to do this a few times. Again, opening. 2, 3. Watch what happens to your neck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I gave up before 10. Okay, little shaky shake. And again. 1, 2, 3. Keep your chin down. 4. Back of your head is long. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, you may feel like some constriction in your neck. We're going to get to that a little bit later. We're going to do one more set of these, and then we're going to move to a hovering swim exercise. Palms facing in, and open. 2. Really have good control of your spine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Okay, so again, that exercise is to strengthen those muscles. We're going to do a very different exercise that's going to work more on the mobility aspect of things, but also is going to strengthen those exercises. It's a hovering swim exercise, and it's a variation on swims. So swims are basically, you're just kind of going like this, okay? So if you just watch for a moment, we're going to do a slight variation on it with our hands on the back of our head and the elbows as high as possible. Reach forward. Open your arms to the side. When they're at the T intersection here, palms face up. And your hand should be as high off the ground as possible. Bring your arms back over your low back. Place them on the low back. Bring your elbows down. Try to touch the floor if you can. Back up as high as you can. Hands come off until you're at a T. Palms face down, up, and on the back of your head. All right? So let's do that together. Face down on your mat or in your pool. Hands on the back of your head. Lift your elbows. Shoot your hands forward like Superman. Reach your arms around to the side as high as you can off the ground. Palms face up. Continue down. Over your low back. Bend your elbows and touch your low back. Elbows touch the ground. Lift your elbows as high as you can. Lift your hands off. Sweep them around. Palms face down at the T. Continue around to the top. Hands on the back of your head Holding your elbows. Elbows down. Take a second and just breathe. If you've been talking while doing this, I'm going to have a red mark on my forehead when I come up. Don't freak out. Elbows up. Superman. Sweep your arms around as high as you can. Palms face up. Continue around to the low back. Fold your elbows. Hands in the low back. Elbows to floor. Elbows up as high as you can. Lift your hands off. Sweep around. Palms face down. Continue up to Superman. Bring your fingers behind your head. Elbows down. Good, do 2 more of these. I find them exhausting. Elbows up. Superman. Sweep your arms around. Palms down. Palms face up. Continue. Fold your elbows. Low back. Elbows down to floor. Ooh, I almost touched that time. Elbows up. Sweep your hands around. Palms face down. To the front in Superman. Hold your hands behind your back, over your head, elbows down. Last time. Breathing naturally and fully. Elbows up. Shoot your hands forward to Superman. Sweep around as high as you can. Palms face down. Turn them palms face up. Continue around to low back. Bend your elbows. Touch your low back. Elbows to floor if you can. Oh, I got it. I got the floor. Elbows up. It may be very easy for you to touch the floor. It's my victory. You can't steal it from me. Palms face down. Superman. Bring your hands behind your head. And elbows down. All right. So that activity, again, it's really about strengthening those muscles, but it's also pushing that level of, it's encouraging you to open up through your thoracic spine, particularly in your shoulder girdle. I'm going to bring you in close for this last exercise. So here we are. So we're going to be on our back, and I've just got my knees I've kind of got my knees in a bent position, and my feet are on the floor. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift my hips a little bit, and I'm going to allow my pelvis to drop in a nice natural position. And then with the back of my head, I'm just going to try and get, a lot of times I'll lay down and I'll have the top of my head here. And instead, what I really want is I want the lower part, the occipital part of my skull on the ground. Okay. And so I'm giving myself a very attractive double chin. You don't have to have your camera on for anyone. I do. So I'm taking the pain for you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press my head into the mat. But I'm going to do it 2 ways. So if you just watch for a second, I'm trying to engage my sternocleidomastoid. I don't know if I'm doing it well enough so that you can see it. But I can do it so that I make these muscles here, these really cord-like muscles, I can make them very tight. But what I'm trying to do is not engage them at all. I want them to remain soft. So just while you're doing this, so just have the back of your head on the floor and press your head backwards and see if you can keep these muscles soft. Okay? Press your head backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and release. So the sternocleidomastoid attaches to a couple of things. It attaches to the clavicle just while we're resting. I'll talk about this. So that's one of the bones in your shoulder girdle. And so this muscle that we often really engage it when we're sitting at a desk. So again, let's do this a second time. 1, 2, keep that soft. 3, 4. It's like you're trying to press the back of your head into the mat. 7, 8, 9, 10. You really give yourself a double chin when you're doing this. That you should kind of feel like you're giving yourself a double chin. Let's do one more, and then we're going to. So we're doing 3 regular, and then we're going to do 2 spicy. Okay. So press again. 2, 3. Keep that very soft. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Just move your head from side to side gently. Now, the extra spicy version is doing the press, and then while you're pressing, rotate your head to one side and try and keep these muscles soft. And then rotate your head to the other side, trying to keep the sternocleidomastoid, these cords in the front, trying to keep them soft. Okay, so that's our objective. We're going to do rotate right, rotate left, rotate right, rotate left. That will be our last 2 rounds. I'm just going to lead you through it, and then I'm going to say a couple words about what we did today. So, head on the back of the head on the mat. Press back. Soft, soft, soft. Rotate right. Try to keep your neck soft. Oh, got super tight there. Back to the middle. Continue. To the left. Oh, got tight there. Going back to middle. Oh, I got tight there again. Be aware of when your neck is getting tight. Bring it back to middle. Left again. Back to middle. All right. I kept clenching up. So it's really tough because those muscles, these guys, they're responsible for rotation of your head. That's one of their big jobs. But the important thing to bear in mind here is that you can do these very exercises. You can. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So if you want to try this, just sitting up. What's the word I'm looking for? Just seated. So you can actually, when you're at your desk, you can just pull your head back like this. Make sure that your SCM, the sternocleidomastoid, is very loose. Because you'll notice over the course of the day as you're reading and looking at your screen that your head keeps moving further and further forward. So just pull your chin in. Try to keep these guys nice and slack. And it also helps to feel tall in the back of your neck, right? So we've taken these 3 exercises to try and improve your mobility through strengthening the antagonist muscles that are frequently tight. And you can take these into your day. These are exercises that you can kind of do at any time. The ones face down on the mat, hard to do in a boardroom when you're in the middle of an activity, but these guys you can do while you're walking. You can do this while you're walking or while you're seated at your desk. You've moved early. I hope you remember to move often, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow for Wobbly Wednesday.